This podcast contains adult language and crude humor. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, so I just want to take a minute and express something. Fuck IKEA and their stupid-ass instructions. It took me 3 days to put together a dresser. A dresser. Although I also get tired a lot, so maybe the fact that it took 3 days is a little bit on me, but still!
Thrall's balls! They're everywhere!
Thrall's Balls. The World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Bentolas, Gershom, Flerpy, and Wooly. Oh, what's up, swingaz? From the tbhq in the grizzly lands of Wisconsin, welcome to Thrall's Balls, episode 130. I'm Wooly, the foul-mouthed, undisciplined disc priest, and here with me is Gershom, the sassy-ass beastmastery hunter, and dare I say, collected company stan. What up? We also have Bentolas, our resident jack-of-all-trades, but current holy priest, and Flerpy is out this week due to a prior commitment, but he'll be back next week. Hi, guys.
What's up, swingers? What's up, collected company? Everybody except Flerpy for abandoning me this week. Fuck you, Flerpy. Yeah.
Damn. You guys want to hear a joke?
Yeah.
Joke.
All right. So this Blood Elf family is out to dinner at a fancy upscale restaurant while they're on vacation to Suramar. And the oldest child goes, "Mom, why did you name me Shadeleaf Village?" And the mom goes, why did you name me Shadeleaf? And the mom goes, well, you know, your father and I, we first lived before you kids came along in Shadeleaf Village, so we thought we should name you Shadeleaf. That's where you were conceived. And the kid goes, oh, thanks, Mom. Then the second kid is like, wait, then how come you named me Fairbreeze? And the mom was like, oh, that's the same reason. You were conceived in Fairbreeze while your father and I were on vacation, so we named you that. And the third kid was like, so wait, is that why you named me Orgrimmar? And the mom's like, yeah, we named you Orgrimmar because that's where you were conceived. And then the fourth kid goes, all right, this is fucking bullshit. And the mom's like, what's wrong, backseat?
I remember that joke, but I didn't remember the punchline. But yeah, that's pretty silly.
Okay, I could have sworn I made that up, but then Shay was like, you've told me that before. And I'm like, no, I fucking haven't.
That's an old joke. Yeah, that's
Is
like
it?
an old, like, yeah,
God
like I remember like my dad's friends telling that shit around like the campfires and bonfires and shit for sure.
Oh, I just realized on the thing, the video, our pictures are out of place. Oh, fuck. Anyway, what have we been up to in WoW? Gershom, how about yourself?
Okay, so basically at this point, I've like hard boiled down to just doing like the weeklies on Gershom and Shoaspy. That's my warlock. Gershom's my hunter. Gershom has like one piece left that has to be like all the way upgraded, and Cho has like 5 pieces that are like 1 level away. So, I feel like this is sort of like, you know, I'm just wrapping it up. I'm getting like as high as I can without like doing a whole lot of mythics or raids, obviously, or anything like that. And like, I just feel at the very end of this, there's a bit of a currency drought, which sucks because I remember earlier in the expansion, I was saying like, there's no way I have so many flight stones. And then at the end, it just really came to like a grinding halt. So like, props to Blizz for doing like what they could, because I know it's even better than last patch. Like the Dream Surge currency was just, I think I upgraded like 1 piece the entire patch. So this is a lot better, but it still has like its moments where like I said at the end, like its stuff is way too expensive and flight stones just aren't all that super easy to get. So I don't know, but it was fun. I'm still enjoying it.
How high did you get?
And I'm waiting. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I just wanted to know how high you got. I'm sorry.
I think Gershom is at like 467 and Cho is at like 463.
Yeah,
so
you can
like
get
heroic raid,
hella up there.
about almost about as high as I'm gonna get. Like I think like 468, 470 something, maybe a little beyond that. But I mean, it's just like end of the expansion nonsense, catch up gear. Like I'm just doing whatever. And then I was still waiting for Legion time walking to get that last time walking mountain. I know I mentioned it like a couple weeks ago. That's coming on April 2nd, so it actually feels kind of good to like be coming up on like a milestone that I've really stuck with. Like I really want to get these mounts. I have all of them, so it's been a while since I've done that. And then I leveled my undead from like 35 to 37. I really wanted to do more on him, but he kind of finished up the whole like Silver Pine Forest Sylvanas stuff. I was talking a bit about that on Twitter too. Like, kind of exploring that area more was a lot of fun. I know I was interacting with like Hoax a lot and Helionics a little bit, and I know you guys too. Like, just learning a lot of stuff more about the Eastern Kingdoms and like Sylvanas and that whole like beginning of things like post Cataclysm when Garrosh was war chief and he shows up and he's like, you're no better than the Lich King, and she's like, I'm trying to serve the Horde. And I don't know, it's like, it's interesting. Honestly, I think I'll say it here on the pod, I used to like detest Sylvanas. I don't detest her anymore. I'm willing to kind of look at it differently and see maybe what's been going on. So that's been fun. And then what else? I was thinking about what to do if there's like a content drought, which there might be. And I was listening to our friend Dave over on Solo Queue. Shout out to Dave. And thought about maybe working on my Legion class halls a little bit if I have a chance. I just find myself like not so afraid to try like a different class. Like I know I main hunters, but I think the game's like fairly easy to understand now, and I've gotten a little better at it. So I don't think like doing some class halls would be like the hardest thing for me. And I just thought that'd be a fun thing to do. So Dave over there at Solo Q had some kind of fun suggestions for like things to do during if you're feeling like a bit of a content drought. So if you haven't checked out that podcast, you should go check him out. But yeah, I'm kind of looking into like Legion class halls too a little bit. And then other than that, I haven't really done anything.
Well, hell yeah. Gotta tell you, though, picking up an entirely new class, and let alone a spec, like, aim for one you never would have thought you played. The wheel decided and gave me Disc Priest, and I am fucking loving it.
Yeah, see, and I'm not so afraid to, like, for that sort of thing to happen. Like, it's okay. Maybe I can break the mold a little bit. And if anything, I can button my... I mean, let's be honest. You can button mash your way through a class. I think I could do it. I don't know. I feel I have faith in myself that I could somehow smash my way to level 50 or whatever. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, Bent and I went into the first draft raid with Collected Company, and that went well, I'm gonna say. I felt I did okay. I was bottom of the healing meters, but I also had the lowest eye level, and I was getting tips from Packish in the guild, who is, let's just say he knows the priest really, really well. So I'm making improvements here and there. I actually managed to force myself to do an entirely pugged Mythic Plus, so that was nice. Although I did do, what is that dungeon with the red stuff and the nightmare?
Dark Heart Thicket.
Emerald.
Yeah, Dark Heart Thicket.
Yeah.
And I picked that one because it's a dungeon I know pretty well, because I did, honestly, quite a lot of Mythic Plus in Legion. So yeah, I got through that, and I enjoy. I am identifying things that I can zero in on to get better at the class. I remember at one point during the raid, I said something a little disparaging about myself, and I got piled on. Nobody wanted to hear me say bad stuff, which is understandable. So I'm making it my goal going forward not to. Let's see what else. I've also decided that I kind of want to stream, but with coming up, I can't really say anything concrete whether or not I'm gonna. But if I do, my Twitch is Wooly08, 2 O's, 2 L's, and a Y. Yeah. I will say our draft raid could use a little more DPS going into it. I'm not really one to talk there because my eye level could be higher. I think I'm at like 436, and that's after the raid. But I don't know. Bent, you can say more on that if you wanted to. How do you think it went?
I mean, yeah, we just been, kind of the Willie's point. We've been doing the draft raid, and yeah, I'm one of the people piled into Willie. Tired of hearing him talk about negative about himself. So
it's hard,
be
man.
Toxic to Willie when Willie's being a toxic asshole to himself. I'm gonna be toxic to Willie, yell at him.
Fair enough.
All right, bro.
But how do you think the raid went?
I will kill you with kindness.
Bent will just kill me.
Yeah, balance. Me and Bent balanced pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, the draft raid went. I mean, everyone played pretty well. A little bit under-geared. It was a good thing, though. I think it helped people realize that, just because the raid's easy doesn't mean you just can show up and kill it on whatever you got. But then other than that, I've been playing PUBG a lot. I've been really slacking a while. I tend to do so towards this part of the expansion. I usually go through like a month period where I play a lot of FPS, and then as I get more information towards what the balance is going to look like the next patch, I start screwing around and figure out what I want to main. But yeah, other than that, just the regular shit. I helped one of our newer classic guys do some keys this weekend, which is nice. He picked it up really quick, so I was really happy about that. And yeah, next week we're going back into raid. Hopefully we'll get more. We had a lot of people switching to mains because we have lack DPS. So I'm hoping this week most of our DPS can get a little bit more gear and people can actually play what they were supposed to play.
Yeah, I know you don't really like playing that Holy Priest, but it's just boring. Like, I don't know. I like Mythic Plus. It's fine in Raid. I enjoy it more in Raid, believe it or not, than I do Mythic Plus Holy Priest, but it just doesn't have, like, I don't like not having a kick and only having, I don't know. There's better. I like Resta Shaman. I like Resta Druid. I don't really like Holy Priest. So at the risk of sounding like I'm just thinking with my butt, what is the, because I thought you were joking at first. What does it do to have me give you PI, you give me PI, and I forgot who our third PI was going to.
Be honest with you, the only reason I was giving you PI is I wanted to give you confidence. I wanted you to feel like, oh shit, they're relying on me. I was hoping it would help you like relax and play better.
Oh no, I was relaxed. I was just looking at how I was doing. And it wasn't occurring to me at the time that I had the lowest healer eye level, and that's why I was lowest on the healing meters. But honestly, I feel like I did fine.
You can't look at logs for healing. The only thing that matters is, did the boss die? If the boss died, then you did your job.
Well, then what do I don't know. I get kind of competitive, believe it or not.
Oh, well, like you're that's like your main goal. Your main goal, if everyone lives, you did your job more or less. Like if you really wanted, like, oh, like how do I be like an MVP of what I do? More healing, more damage. Like then you could look at like, okay, like we killed the boss. Like how many people died and did they die to stuff I could have stopped? Typically speaking, most of the time people die. If they die instantly, it's not your fault. It's when people are like low health and they rot out over like 10, 20 seconds, then it's usually like a healer's fault they died.
Gotcha. All right, well, yeah, like I said, I am really enjoying the Disc Priest, and the more I play it, the better I'll get at it, which, I mean, could be said about anybody doing anything. Well, shall we move on into the WoW news? Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Time for WoW news. Motherfuckers.
All right, so a few things to go on over here, and I had some stuff in the list related to Classic, specifically Season of Discovery, but I thought I would save that for the Classic podcasts to talk about because we don't really get on that too much. Just basically there's stuff going on. Go search it out if you're interested. God damn, that's lazy. All right, reality is I just couldn't make sense of it because I'm not playing Season of Discovery, so it didn't make sense to me. Anyway, up first, we have a new transmog set on the shop. It is the Dreadlord Regalia, and you may have seen images of this thrown around here and there. And it's selling for $20 USD. There are two sets. One kind of is like green and grayish, and the other is purple. Both of them are included in this price. So what this looks like is like what you would expect Dreadlords to wear, but also the helmet has those big ass Dreadlord horns. And on the back, you've got these little twitchy wings that do animate. They have an animation, they move around a little bit. They don't like flutter when you jump or anything, but it's still decently cool. A hell of a lot better than the dragon wings people got for the Dragonflight, like whatever version that was. Because those just stuck there. And an awful lot better than, I remember when Shadowlands was gonna come out, I was so excited about getting a tombstone on my back. And then it bounced around like it was hovering back there instead of like chained to my back, which is what I wanted. So yeah, getting away from things here a bit, but those wings, they look neat. The whole set looks neat. Am I buying it? No. And not just because I'm poor, but also because I just legitimately can't think of anything I would wear it for. Like, I don't think I would use that transmog. However, if you want it, $20 USD. And whatever that would be in your country's money. Also in the in-game shop is Ashadar. You may remember this mount from the trading post in February of last year, 2023. So this cat is, you know, gold kitty in the day, silver kitty at night, and it's kind of got those warden-esque looking glaives on the back. Like, it would make sense if you saw Maev riding this cat. So what this was before is you completed the fill the bar thing for the trading post and you got it. Now you can just buy it from the in-game shop for $25. I don't know if I even have an opinion about that, but I could see why. I'll say this, I can see why people would have a problem with it. I got bigger problems, but I can see why you're like, well, hold on. I did all this stuff and they just have to pay money. Like, if you want to be upset about it, go ahead. A lot of people, I'm sure, are upset because there even is an in-game shop, and that's kind of a valid thing to be upset about. But frankly, I've got bigger fish to fry, you know? Bigger cats to belly rub. Something like that. Anyway, moving on. There is a Twitch Prime, not drop, but a thing you get for having Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, that sort of thing. It is the Tabard of Frost. It's got like a bluish background with a rather Wrath of the Lich King looking frosty face design on the front of it. If you like that kind of stuff, go ahead and get it. If you already have the Amazon Prime or linked to your Twitch, you probably already have it. But if not, if I remember right, I think you have to log into your Twitch and go to your inbox and it's in there. I don't know. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me in like a comment or something. But yeah, go get that if you want it. And then lastly here on the news, before we move on to some other things, we have now more hero talent trees have been revealed. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new ones that we have not seen before. Although we may have seen Elun's Chosen, I don't remember. What was the druid one we saw? Something of the Grove is what we saw.
Keeper of the Grove or something like that.
That's right. So 2 druid ones they showed us. That's Elun's Chosen and the Wild Stalker. And I apologize, I don't quite remember what specs these were made of, and I didn't write them down because, you know, I'm just absolutely brilliant and a professional. But those are the druid. For Evoker, it's showing us the Scale Commander, and if I were still playing an Evoker, I would 100% go for that. This one I do know is the Devastation and Augmentation Evoker, like between those two. And if I were still playing an Evoker, the reason I would go for that is because I suspect and or hope we'll be able to get titles based on the talents, and running around as Scale Commander Jasperon in my case would have been cool because that's a high-ranking name in the Drakthir Society. So that'd be dope. Then for Paladin, we have Herald of the Sun and the Templar. Trickster for the Rogue. I think that's sub and assassin. I'm not sure.
It's more of an outlaw.
Oh, gotcha. And then for the Warlock, it's the I don't know how to say this. Diabolist? Diabloist? I don't know. I read a little bit about that. It's really cool. There is like this extra spicy Hand of Gul'dan looking thing. And then for the Warrior, they gave us the Colossus Warrior. So, apologies, I should have written down what specs these all were for them. I can look it up, but it would take a minute to load. So I will gladly do that. In the meantime, I want to ask you two, this is basically to pad the time while I look this up. What hero specs have we not seen that you're interested in finding out about? And you don't necessarily need to know what they're called.
I don't know yet. I mean, I think they've done it. I like to look at them in totality because it seems like you kind of get two options. But I looked at the Rogue one a little bit just because I play Outlaw a lot. And a lot of it seems to be tied into Feint, which I know a lot of rogues are complaining because it's just another button they have to press. But I counter with this argument. Any halfway decent rogue is pressing Feint on cooldown already, like on CD. So it's really, in my opinion, only bad players who are complaining. Like any halfway decent rogue is going to not have to make any changes. So shut the fuck up, stop fishing, press Feint, help your healers.
Gotcha. Gershom, I'm assuming you want to see a hunter one, unless you're really pleased with the Dark Ranger one. Was there a different one you wanted to see?
Well, so I barely glanced at the Dark Ranger one, although, I mean, overall I like it. I know like we get like a shadow beast, right? Or something that's like kind of like a dire beast. But I think that this one is going to be passive. And I'm pretty sure the Dire Beast is like active. Like I have to hit a button to get Dire Beast to come out. So I don't know if maybe I spec'd into it wrong. Maybe there's some point where I could have spec'd into it where it's passive. I'm not sure. But I think this like Shadow Beast is going to be passive. And I think it's fine. I think it's going to look great. That Undead Hunter that I'm leveling is actually rocking the Dark Ranger set right now. And I mean, I don't really have a lot of complaints about it. I could look into more of what's being offered, but I don't have any like yays or nays or anything awful to say about it. So yeah.
Nice. Personally, I'm still planning on playing a priest when War Within comes out, but come on, it's 130 episodes. Y'all know me. I could change my mind as easily as tomorrow, but for the moment, I don't think I'm going to. I am really interested to see what the Void Weaver one looks like. That would be the cross between Disc and Shadow. But I worry that if I want to stick with Disc as a spec, that I'm gonna get meta shoehorned into Holy, so the Oracle. But if that's the case, I mean, yes, if I'm raiding with Collected Company next expansion, and we will see because there's all kinds of circumstances. I don't like the guild doesn't necessarily say you have to play the meta, but at the same time, I would feel bad if I didn't, but at the same time, can do what you want. If it's super shitty to do the Void Weaver and the Oracle's better, then I'd probably allow myself to be shoehorned, but I don't know. I want to see what it looks like. Okay, so for these hero specs we've seen that were said today, Elun's Chosen is a mixture between the Balance and the Guardian, and the Wild Stalker is between Feral and Resto. And the Scale Commander, as I scroll... Oh yeah, we already said that. Augmentation and Devastation Evoker. Excuse me. So then there's the two Paladin ones. Herald of the Sun is Holy and Ret, which I would have thought that would be Templar, but no, Templar is Protection and Ret. Actually, no. I suppose that does make sense. Like from like a thematic way of looking at it. And as Bent said, Trickster is Outlaw and Sub-Rogue mixed together. Diabolist, yeah, that's how you say it. Diabolist, I think, is Demonology and Destruction Warlock. So if I were still playing in a Destruction lock, dude, the two choices that... Actually, all the three choices have badass names for the Warlock. There's this, the Diabolist, the Hellcaller, between Destruction and Affliction. That sounds fucking dope. But between Demo and Affliction, Soul Harvester, yeah. I think Warlocks might have some of the coolest names. So the coolest hero spec names so far. And then the Colossus is the mix-up of the Arms and Protection Warrior. Could listen to this in like, I don't know, 100 episodes from now and be like, when this is all like common knowledge of what is what, and be like, wow, listen to that fucker stumble through that. It's a joke, everybody. I don't actually hate myself. You know what? I do love myself. Even though I look like a burnt chicken nugget. I was just making a Vine reference.
Oh.
But I guess, Bent, it is your opportunity to be toxic to me because I was just toxic to myself.
No.
Do it. Do it.
Here. Only in game. Only in game. Only in game it matters.
Spit on me and call me garbage.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah. Am I saying that right? Diabolist? 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 Dibble?
I think Diabolist is correct. Like diabolical, right? So diabolist.
Yeah. Diabolist. I don't know. I'm gonna say Dibble because I don't know any better. I don't know for sure. All right, let's move on to the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I saw you both key up and I'm like, I'm waiting. It's time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah! It's the mixed drink of the week, and before we get into it, I just want to remind everybody to please only partake of the mixed drink of the week, or any alcohol for that matter, if you're of legal age or legal whatever to do so. Furthermore, we're not responsible for any dumb shit that may befall you as a result of your own dumb shit. Anyway, we have been going through the various playable races in WoW, and we have been making heritage drinks in their name. This week, Bentolas is up, and Mr. Bent has the dwarf, not to be confused with the Dark Iron Dwarf that Flerpy did. This is the regular dwarf, and he has called it Stone Form. So, this is the part where we guess what's in it. Gershom, do you have a guess ready to go? Oh, he didn't submit a guess?
He did not.
All right, then on Flerpy's behalf, I'm going to assume his guess is carrot juice and vomit. Is that correct?
No.
Didn't think so. Had to flick a box elder bug off my mic. So if you two heard a big tap, that's why. Didn't get in the recording though. Nya. All right, so my guess. So, the dwarves. They're stalwart, hardy, they hang out in the mountains, and they do enjoy beer. I don't know if you're actually incorporating beer or lager or anything like that, but I'm going to say you are. It's stone form. So what turns you to stone? I'm going to say it's equal parts coffee and whiskey, cinnamon whiskey to be specific, just for a little bit of flavor, and lager, just plain old lager. Equal parts lager, coffee, and cinnamon whiskey. That's my guess.
Okay. Gershom, you got one?
Yeah, actually, Wooly, that didn't sound bad. So what I was thinking was a pre-poured glass of like Dad's adult root beer or some sort of spiked root beer, and then you're gonna take a shot glass of the dreaded whipped cream vodka with a little tiny layer of 151. You're gonna light it on fire. You're gonna drop it in the Dad's, and you're gonna drink it. I thought the dwarves, I was thinking like explosive, like they light stuff on fire. So they're like, you know, in the stone form, like boom, they go into caves and psh, so that was my inspiration for that.
So Gershom, I guess you were you were right in like the general idea of it, but you got the ingredients wrong. Well, your guess for your guess for Flerpy was completely wrong.
Yeah.
And
It's not carrot juice and vomit? Come on! What?
no. And again, you went with the vodka. It wasn't really. So the way I look at like dwarves, right? They're like usually in a remote like mountain in the middle of nowhere. Like they don't have the fucking time for this fancy shit. They seem like they're very like almost blue collar, like union workers who like go out, chop trees down all day, and then they just want to go home and get drunk. So it's very simple. The only specific thing is it needs to be an IPA, your beer. And then you just pour out a shot of your favorite, whatever you do shooters of, and that is the stone form. It to me, that sums up what a dwarf would order after a hard day of work at his local tavern.
So you just shoot your favorite thing and then take a swig of an IPA.
Correct.
Correct. That is very dwarven, actually. You know what that is? Okay. Hats off to that. Sounds good.
So
I feel like they don't fuck around. OG dwarves are just like, give me a beer, give me a shot.
Hey,
So
it's like when we went to Rainy Street and I got the North Side Special in Chicago is a shot of Jack and then you chase it with Old Style. And so they have a version of that in Austin that I did, and you were like, oh no, you did that? And it was like the nasty college beer and a shot of like some kind of Texas like bourbon or something, and
It
I
was
was
Lone
like,
Star and like some shitty like,
yeah.
wild
Oh no, you remember? Oh man.
okay, so to make sure I'm understanding this, you take the shot first and then you take a swig of the beer?
No, like the beer just like is your chaser, and it has to be an
Okay.
IPA. That's the only rule.
Yeah.
Because I feel like dwarves drink IPAs because they have like
of
those
course
man
they will.
buns with the big beard.
I mean, everybody knows dwarves love India Pale Ale. I'm joking. But yeah, like that actually sounds pretty good. Like you don't fuck around, you get the job done. I might suggest that to people. So that is Bent with the Stone form from the dwarves. Gershom, you're up next week already. Can you believe it? Do you know what race you're gonna do? And
No, yeah, I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna.
Your mic faded out there. Did we lose you? Uh-oh, I think we lost you. All right, so it seems we're having a little bit of some technical trouble right now. We're gonna circle back to Gershom's choice in a second here. Up next is going to be our Thrall's Balls draft. Haven't gotten to that just yet. All right, so she says night elves in our chat. So I don't know, Gershom, can you hear us? Do you have a name for the drink? And we can always get that during the week here. And she does not have a name for the drink yet. Yeah. So while she gets the microphone situated, let's move on to the first draft we've done in quite some time. Here we go.
Thralls, balls, draft, everybody.
All right. So, this is the Thralls Balls draft, and we may have to pause the recording here to figure out these technical troubles because we need all of us for it. This is the portion of the show that you haven't heard in several weeks because we stopped doing it for a while, wherein we go snake draft style, drafting choices to fit some pretty crazy criteria sometimes. Criteria? Whatever. So what we're going to do this time is our top 4 best characters to troll in Baron's chat. And I see Gershom typing here. So Gershom is going to type her answers for us. Don't really know what's going on with this tech trouble. It came out of nowhere, unfortunately. So Gershom, you're actually going to be up first. I'll see what you write and I'll say it out loud for those listening at home. Who is your first choice of best characters to troll in Baron's chat? She says Chuck Norris. I sort of meant more like in-game characters, but that is most definitely in line with Baron's chat. Should we not do in-game characters? Maybe just troll characters from anywhere. Like I could see Chuck Norris getting into Baron's chat and being like, "Why the fuck is everybody talking about me?" You know what? Let's do it.
That would fuck up my whole. I was under the understanding that it would be like NPCs that we thought we could.
That's what I thought too. Do you have a different?
I don't care.
Option,
I just want to change my answers, so that's all.
Yeah, mine are all NPCs as well.
Let Gershom draft how she wants, and let the viewers decide.
That'll work. Gershom, we're giving you Chuck Norris. And honestly, I think she just won the draft with that.
Yeah, that was an easy softball.
I decided to put myself in the middle so that I never get to guess twice in a row. So my first pick, and we're doing our top 4. I don't know if I remembered to say that. For my first pick, I'm going to say Gen Greymane because Baron's is fucking Horde territory, and this motherfucker hates the Horde, even with the armistice, and he's so easily offended. Have you ever noticed that? That fucking Gen has, like, the thinnest skin ever. So Gen fucking Greymane.
You think he's thin-skinned? I think he just has a hot fucking temper. Just wants to kill everyone. I think it's more of like I don't think it like he gets offended. I think he's just a raging asshole.
Name one time that somebody has said something even mildly offensive to him that he has not flown off the handle about.
I guess you're kind of right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have a little bit of thin skin. I guess it's my turn. So my first pick,
is.
I kind of used your same thought process picking my first one. I didn't land on Gen Greymane, but I kind of wish I thought of him. I'm gonna go with Garage Hellscream, just because he is on edge at all times. Like he'd be so easy to fucking just target with comments and get him to fucking rage. So I think he would be my first choice.
And your second?
I'm gonna go with Flynn Fairwind because 1, he doesn't give a fuck. He usually thinks my dumb ideas are good. 2, he's drunk half the time. So I feel like with him, it wouldn't be like trolling to get an angry reaction out of him. He's like kind of like that kid in high school who, everyone had that kid in their friend group who you're able to convince to do all the stupid shit you wanted and laugh at him. I feel like I would be able to do that with Flynn Fairwind, like get him like trolling, like, oh, you won't go to the Goblin Bar and cause a fucking fight, stuff
he
like
totally
that.
would. I mean, I could also see him being the guy in the chat dropping the Chuck Norris jokes and every 5 minutes asking where Mancrick's wife is.
Yeah. And he would do it more like the amount of times he would do it, like maybe like when he's so much sober, he'd only do it every 20 minutes, but when he's hammered, it's every 30 seconds.
Yeah. My second choice is literally any iteration of Kael'thas Sunstrider. Even when he'd been slightly humbled in Revendreth. That motherfucker has the biggest fucking ego, and trolling people with huge egos always results in the best shit. So Kael'thas.
That's another good one.
All right, Gershom, you are up next, and you have 2 choices, so your second and your third. She says, Mancrick, which when you think about it, he would be really good to troll in Baron's chat, but it'd be super cruel, like, hey, where's your wife, Mancrick? Shut up, it's too soon. Yeah, I had her before she died. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Mancrick's wife, Mancrick's life, Mancrick's strife. Ooh, and for her next one, she says Cairn Bloodhoof. What's your reasoning for that one? Oh, for getting stabbed by Magatha Grim Jizzer, something like that. I don't know. Grim Totem. That's it. Okay. My third pick. I'm gonna say, I can't remember his name. The Gelbin Mechatork. The reason I'm gonna say Gelbin is because the Horde has had a very long-standing history, and I'm talking the player base has had a very long-standing history of making jokes about drop-kicking gnomes, and Baron's chat would not be a safe space for fucking Gelbin Mechatork. He'd be like, hey, don't you talk about drop kicking me. I'm not that small. See this giant mech? And the Horde will be like, bitch, too bad. So Gelbin. All right, now Bent, we are on to your third and fourth.
All right. I didn't think I'd get my first 2 picks. I'm gonna go with Anduin Wrynn, but child Anduin Wrynn, because I feel like as a little kid he was very gullible. I feel like I could just get him to fucking believe anything.
If you did it right, you could end up having Anduin be that kid in that famous video who was trying to shove a remote up his ass because his mom canceled his WoW subscription.
I could do that. I forgot about that kid.
You forgot about the butt remote kid? Come on, man.
And last but not least, I'm gonna use your line. I like the line you used about the ego before. Like his ego's so big you can kind of like really get it. I'm gonna go with Illidan. I think Illidan would be really good to troll.
Oh yeah. Oh,
but I would have to be careful with Anduin because like Illidan, because like he's the type of kid like he'd be like the WoW's version of the kid you troll, and then like 10 years later they bring a gun to school. So I have to be very careful with Illidan.
Oh yeah, Illidan absolutely would do that. He'd fuck up everything. He'd burn everything to the ground for somebody looking at him and calling him a dork once.
Yo, Illidan, I heard that night of Clap Tyrande back in high school.
Oh,
he would burn the whole village down.
Okay, so while we're going back the other way of the snake to figure this out, everybody have names ready for your little merry band of trollees. So for my fourth pick, see, I really got to nail this here. Oh, fucking Bane. He's out there. He's like, peace and love, everybody. We are now friends with the Alliance. And everybody could just be like, bitch, you spent 2 years sitting on your ass. Bane's
bamboozled easily, too. That's a good one.
Hell yeah. All right, so Gershom, we are now on to your final pick. She says, Garad Duratan's brother.
Ooh, he's another one with a...
Oh, wasn't the shit shoveler Gunnar? Wait, I'm confused now. Oh, I don't know what's going on.
No. Garad was the one... Garad was the one who, like, in Warlords of Draenor, was the one who wanted to go out and kill all the other orcs. And Duratan was the one who was like, all right, well, if you want to do that, then you have to kill me first. You have to challenge you to a Makora.
Oh.
Fenris is the one we end up killing.
Which one were you indicating then, Gershom? Did you mean the shit shoveler or no? Or did you mean Garad? All right, she says shit shoveler, so that is Gunnar. I just looked it up. And that makes a lot of sense, too, because even though he was forced into the shit shoveling, he still shoveled shit. So you gotta give him shit for shoveling all the shit, shovel shit. Right? Right. Does everybody have names for their merry little band of trollees?
4chan.
Did you say 4chan or Warchan?
4chan. Like 4chan, the troll.
Oh, God. Are you writing that as if to say you're taking Warchan? I'm going to assume yep. Oh, yep, she said yep. Okay. And then my group, I guess I'm going to call them the Twabwomblers. That's a reference. If you get the reference, you're cool. I'll just say what the reference is. Way back in a long time ago, when Preach Gaming started doing drama time, for a while, people kept insisting he call the fictitious guilds in the story Twabwomblers. So I'm stealing that. All right. So to summarize, Gershom's team, Team Warchan, is Chuck Norris, Mancrick, Karen Bloodhoof, and Gunnar the Shit Shoveler. My team, the Twabwomblers, is Gen Greymane, Kael'thas Sunstrider, Gelbin Mechatork, and Bane Bloodhoof. And then Bentolas' team, the 4chan, or just 4chan, I guess, is Garrosh Hellscream, Flynn Fairwind, Child Anduin, and Illidan. So I'm actually going to put out the straw poll this time. You guys can vote on who you think drafted the best. We're not drafting next week, so that's not necessarily going to be a factor in anything. It's just going to see who you guys think win. So it doesn't matter if you vote or not. And if you don't, then Flerpy wasn't here, so he'll choose who wins. Anyway, I guess that brings us toward the end of the show here. Do we have final thoughts? Bent, what's your final thought?
My final thought is Edgewood.
All right, and I'm guessing Gershom's final thought is she says, please tell the swingaz I'm sorry. Gershom, it's okay. Technology problems happen. I don't think anybody's going to be upset with you about that. And my final thought is, I can't believe Bent forgot all about butt remote, kid. Anyway, we are going to get on out of here. We have been having a bit of a rash of shorter episodes lately, so I'll see to it that we have a little bit of a more regular-sized episode next time, no matter what I have to do for it. But go ahead and follow us in the social places if you would like. I am at Wooly08 on Twitter and Instagram, 2 O's, 2 L's, and a Y. Gershom is at Hunter Gershom, Gershom, on Twitter, and at Hunter Gershom, Gerrshom, on Instagram. Bent is at Bentolas_outlaw on Twitter, Bentolas, and Flerpy is at Fleecy the Flerpy on Twitter. That's FleecyThaFlerpy. And then the show, of course, is at Thrall's Balls Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Actually, just posted on TikTok for the first time in a while the other day. You can go ahead and email us with any feedback or anything, thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. You can also leave a review in the Spotify Q&A or on iTunes. 2 other ways to leave us a review. Go to thrallsballs.com and submit one anonymously. You could also join our Discord server from there, and we also have the show's socials listed there. We also have a separate channel in our Discord for those reviews. Anyway, bye. We love you. Be good.